This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.
The latest thing to be recognised as an actual addiction is gameplay. Now, I can understand it. I have a cousin who plays computer games, and literally he'll play them until his eyeballs are actually bloodshot. Like, that's how long you play them. But you play them in the dark.
God.
So, we want to find out what game you were addicted to during your childhood. So, this will depend on, I suppose, what generation you grew up in.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what was the game that you played for hours on end when you were growing up? Text or WhatsApp us now, 087 798 98 98. Now, my one of the most addictive games of all time. I was a young kid in 1982.
Right, oh yeah.
When this game... Now, back then we didn't have computer games in our house, so the only place you could go to play these games was to bowling alleys. And I remember, literally, I became like a Pac-Man junkie, Adrian. I remember going to my parents and literally saying to them, I need my fix. I need my fix.
You didn't really say that.
Yes, I did. And they used to give me a couple of pounds to go up to the bowling alley in Dundrum to play Pac-Man, and I would literally sit there playing Pac-Man for hours on end. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Video games have been around since most of us were children. Unless you're maybe 75, when video games probably weren't a thing when you were younger.
No, they were. They were that game. Bong. 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 That was pretty much the game.
What was the name of that game?
This
is that tennis game that goes back and forward.
The first ever video game, we went to a very posh school because we had that video game on our computers in the computer class.
Right.
And that's what we used to play. I don't know what it was called, if anybody remembers it. Basically, you controlled it with your keyboard on your computer, and the ball would go across. It was like Wimbledon. Bong. Bong. And then if you hit it off an angle, bong, 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 bong.
Yeah,
what was that?
I remember. I can't remember what it was called, actually, to be honest.
If anybody is old enough to remember that game, it was basically, the graphics were outstanding. They were out of this world.
But there were just two white bars on a ball. It
was two white bars, and it wasn't Space Invaders, Jim. No, this wasn't Space Invaders. It was two white bars and a ball. Bong, bong, bong. And that was pretty much it. Now, I'm telling you now, if they brought that game out as an app...
you can get it.
Well, what's it called?
You can get it on one of the Atari game apps.
Is that not Snake?
No, but it has loads of old retro games in it. Okay, what games were you strung out on when you were younger?
Now, can I play the one that you were strung out on, Adrian?
Let's have a listen to this.
Adrian wasn't only strung out on cigarettes in his childhood, he was also strung out on a game. Now, I'm not going to say what it is, but I wonder if anybody can guess it by the gameplay. Here is the game. Now, I have to question...
Can I just say, this wasn't when I was younger.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is when my young fella was younger, yeah, and I used to play his game all the time.
Okay, let's have a listen. Listen very closely. What is the game that Adrian was addicted to?
That's all coming back to me now.
What age were you playing this game?
I was in my 30s.
What an addictive game.
Oh, it really was.
Now, me being a lot younger than you, I grew up with this game.
You didn't?
Yes, I did.
How young do you think you are?
Well, it was on the PlayStation 1. If anybody knows what that game is, that Adrian... And you're saying your 30s, you were sitting down in the dark bedroom
in the middle of the night, yeah, in the middle of the night.
Bizarre.
I'd come home from a gig at 3 o'clock in the morning and sit playing that till 7.
Okay, what is this, if anybody knows? That game, by the way, with the bong, 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 is called Bat and Ball. Which would make sense.
Doesn't sound right. Yeah, but it doesn't sound right.
Everybody's after texting in Bat and Ball.
Bat and Ball. Somebody else texted in to say it's just called tennis.
No, it wasn't called tennis. No.
If anybody knows. Let's have a listen to another bit of that gameplay again. See
so you were 30.
I was in my 30s and I was strung out on this.
This and John Player Blue. This was your 30s pretty much summed up, wasn't it?
Yep. What have I got?
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
I know the answer.
I'm not talking about you, because nobody's getting it. It involves, basically when Adrian was in his 30s, he was smashing boxes.
That's exactly right. I was smashing boxes out of it.
Non-stop. Now, not boxes of cigarettes.
No. I was smashing boxes.
How long did that addiction last for?
A couple of years.
Did you have to seek help for it?
No, I didn't need help, but I loved the
game. I can't believe nobody knows that. I thought everybody would know that game.
Nikita! Nikita!
Yes.
How are you, Nikita?
Not too bad, and you?
Good. Now, you are the ultimate gaming addict, it says here.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Why? What makes an ultimate gaming addict?
Well, I've been playing video games since I was about 6 years of age, and I'm still playing them now. I'm 27. I have a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 4.
Which is why, parents, you should never let a 6-year-old play video games.
And what games do you... so you have a PlayStation 1 and a 4, so you're able to play all the old games on the PS1?
Yeah.
So what game were you addicted to at 6 years of age?
Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, what a game.
Spyro the Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when Spyro the Dragon came out, I was on the dating scene. I was dating women. I had no interest in computer games. I discovered women during that year. So explain to me what Spyro the Dragon got up to.
You just had to go around, run around levels and collect gems and fight. There was this like little bad guy that you had to fight that ran around with like an egg, and he always made this really fucking annoying noise. When he ran
I remember.
off,
I have to be honest with you. I was terrified of the dragon.
Really?
I was terrified of
Why?
it. I know the dragon. Just the dragon and myself. No.
Really?
No.
Why, what was the problem?
I just found
The dragon wasn't violent or anything.
No, I just found the dragon very intimidating.
Really?
Yeah.
But he
Have
was
you gotten
small.
over it? Have you gotten over it now?
No, when I see a photograph of the dragon, I'm just after looking at a photograph of the dragon.
What, it sends shivers up your spine?
Oh, no. I'm sorry,
Really?
Nikisha.
That's
No.
bizarre.
The dragon. I had a bad experience with the dragon.
But he's actually quite... he's all right looking.
No, he's not. No.
And he's funny.
Oh, no, he can be funny from time to time. I agree with you, but no.
So when you see the dragon, you get shivers up your spine.
Calm down there,
Okay,
Rachel.
but you just... You go, ugh.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Doesn't sit well with you.
It's like that kid on the bicycle throwing the papers into the house. What was his name? Remember that game, Nikita?
No.
Fella cycling up and down the road throwing newspapers. What was that called? Paperboy.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you play something like that?
That's
boring.
tedious. What's your game of choice now at the moment, Nikita?
It's called Borderlands 2. It came out in 2012, and I've been playing it for 5 years.
Oh, right.
Like, there's a symbol that goes with the game, and I have it like tattooed on my forearm and stuff.
That's the ultimate gamer, all right.
So do you think in order to overcome my fear of the dragon, I should get a tattoo of the dragon on my arm?
No, we play the fucking game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like seriously, you're going to get a photograph of the tattoo of the dragon on your arm.
Yeah. Just to overcome my fear.
Imagine what people would say if you walked into work with a tattoo of the dragon on your arm. Seriously.
What did they say about me anyway?
Yeah.
You get back to your game in there, Nikita.
Luke, you're on 98FM. How are you, Luke?
How are you?
Luke, you were strung out on?
Pokemon as a kid.
Oh, you see, loads of people were.
Was that a computer game?
Of course, what do you think it was?
I thought it was just game cards.
No.
You get it for the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Then it came out on the Game Boy SP, then the Nintendo DS, and it's still going up to this week.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Now, Adrian was talking about smashing boxes when in his 30s, and he was... Sorry?
That game was too easy.
It's not an easy game. It's actually very difficult.
Which game is it?
Crash Bandicoot.
It was Crash Bandicoot, yeah. No, it wasn't easy.
What
It wasn't just
that
about...
game was easy.
Not at all.
No, you're right, Adrian. No.
That's because you were told you don't used to playing games.
No, if you hit the box that had TNT on it, you'd blow up.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was dangerous.
It's easy to dodge them.
I mean, you never
You
saw...
bounce on them, you get a countdown, so you're all good.
But what was dangerous about Pokemon?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, but get off the line then. Get off the line. By the way,
Peter.
what animal is a bandicoot?
Oh.
Is that a made up? If anybody knows, is that a made up animal? By the way, a few people got that right. Well done to Peter and Eric in Rush, who guessed it was Crash Bandicoot. Can someone please tell me, is a bandicoot an actual animal, or is it like a dragon? The dragon is real.
I don't think so.
No, a dragon is a real thing.
It's not a real thing.
Yes, it
When
is.
have you ever seen anyone breathe fire?
A Komodo dragon is real. But is a bandicoot an actual animal? I've never seen a bandicoot in the zoo.
I don't know. Peter, what were you strung out on?
Hello, everybody. My struck eyes on Street Fighter and Final Fantasy 7.
Street Fighter and Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7, yeah, especially Street Fighter. I played it for 10 months.
You paid it for how long? Well, we've lost him. Oh, okay. Jim, you're on 98FM. How are you, Jim?
Space Invaders, the only one.
There's a man showing his age.
Just like you, Adrian.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, when I was
And Jeremy, of course, but he never admits it.
Yeah, I was playing Crash Bandicoot in my 30s. Yeah, Space Invaders for people who...
I
think
was
everyone...
lost for 2 hours in Blackpool they couldn't find me for 2 hours in a thing called Pleasure Beach.
Yeah.
And they found me playing Space Invaders. And I was stuck to a machine, and apparently the actions I was making, and my arse was out one way, and my eggs were out the other way, and love that game.
Well, I believe, Peter, and maybe somebody can text us very quickly and let us know. I believe there's a cafe in Dublin somewhere that has all these retro games, and you can sit down and you can. Of course, Space Invaders was on a table. You sat down.
Well, you could also play.
No, it was a stand-up game.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
There were versions of it on a table.
Well, there's a cafe somewhere in Dublin. I'm going to try and find the name of it, and you can basically go there and have a cup of coffee and play a computer game.
That sounds like the coolest place in Dublin.
Well, it actually doesn't.
Anyway, Space Invaders, Space Invaders was actually quite difficult, and as the levels went on, it got more difficult.
I did show it to the kids a few years ago.
And they probably laughed.
They completely laughed. Because when I got to the end of the fourth level, they went, "What happens?" I said, "It starts again." And they went, "Is that it?"
It just comes out. It actually is tedious when you think about it. Thank you very much indeed, Jim. Stephen, I'm sorry I don't have time for your call.
The name of the cafe is Token. It's in Smithfield, Dublin 7. It's full of all the cool people who play games and drink coffee.
Well, I'm off.
You be there. Go.
This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.